Awesome. All right. So starting out today, we per usual core day we got today. So we are not going to be doing our normal warm up. We're just going straight down to the mat, and we're going to stay there for the whole workout today. So our workout today, before we get started, always got to go with our name. All right. I think I got the quote right. Nice classic cartoon. Flintstones. Yeah, we got Abba, Dabba, Doooo. Oh yeah. I don't know where I come up with those on that. All right, so we're going to be going on our mat for the whole day today. We're going to start out getting our abs working right from the get-go. Then we're going to get into our glutes and hips a little bit more, and then we got a nice little plank circuit to finish ourselves out for the day. All right, so today we're going to be starting out on our backs. We're going to start with a unicycle. So we're going to start out with one leg in, one leg all the way out. The higher up your leg is, the easier it's going to be. All right, so we're going to start with our left and our right leg all the way out. And you're just trying to come up and trying to get that right elbow to the left knee. So you're just trying to get a little crunch, getting that right elbow to the left knee and keeping those legs in the same spot. Then we're going to go into a reverse crunch, doing a little twist to it. So we're going to go legs coming down. We're going to go legs down to the right, then back up to the middle. Down to the left, then back up to the middle. So we're just going to alternate right side and left side, coming back to that middle spot right in the center. Then we're going to go on to our other side, doing our unicycle, doing our right leg in, left leg out, and bringing that left elbow up to the right knee. And then we're going to finish up going onto our stomachs and doing a Superwoman, Superman, just going legs and arms come up and then back down. You want to try and keep those abs tight, squeezing your butt and squeezing those shoulders and that back to lift those legs up and those arms up. All right, so we're going to be doing this first round. We're going to be doing 60 seconds on each one, doing a running clock, so just going one after the other after the other. All right, so we got 3 circuits that we're going to be doing. This is our first one. We're going to go 2 times through with those 60-second sets. All right, so we're going to start out with that unicycle with our left leg in and our right leg out. So laying down on your backs, all right, just trying to get yourself up as high as you can, trying to get into that crunch. And remember, the higher that leg is, the easier that's going to be going through that position. All right, so we're going to start out with that left leg in, right leg out in 3, 2, and 1. All right, so just getting that little crunch coming up and then back down. All right, laying all the way down, shoulders on the ground, and then just trying to get that right shoulder up off of the mat as we bring that right elbow up to that left knee. All right, bringing that right elbow up to that left knee, just coming up and down, getting that crunch up and then back down. Good. All right, we're just going to exhale as we go up and inhale as we go down. Getting through that crunching motion, keeping that right leg out, left leg in. Right leg out, left leg stays in. Good. All right, keep going here. Keep going here, up and down, keeping those abs tight, getting that elbow to the knee, up and down. Good. We got 10 more seconds. Then we're going into that reverse. All right, 10 seconds, going into that reverse crunch in 3, 2, and 1. All right, legs coming up and down, going from the left side up to the middle, then over to the right side, and then back up to the middle. All right, just pace yourself on this one. You don't have to go a million miles a minute. Just go nice and easy, nice and steady, keeping those abs tight. You can keep those hands underneath the butt to alleviate some of that tension on the lower back. All right, and then just coming up and then down. The more bend you have in your knees on this one, the easier it's going to be. All right, so the longer those legs are, the straighter those legs are, the more challenging it's going to be. The more bend in those knees, the easier it's going to be. All right, just getting less leverage and less weight that you're essentially moving from that distance with that longer leg. All right, going from right and then to left, from right and then to left, coming back up to that middle spot. All right, right to left, coming up to the middle, in between. Good, up and down. Good. All right, keep going here. And we're going to go into our other side of that unicycle in 3, 2, and 1. All right, so right leg in this time, left leg is out. Right leg in, left leg out. All right, probably going to be a little bit more challenging this round. All right, just trying to get that left elbow up to that right knee. Left elbow up to that right knee, and just working those abs The higher that left leg is, the easier it's going to be. The higher that left leg is, the easier it's going to be. All right, up and down. The lower that left leg, the more challenging, the more tension you're going to feel in those abs throughout that movement. Good, getting that left elbow up to that right knee. Left elbow up to that right knee, coming up and back down. Good, all right, keep going here, keep going here. Left elbow up to that right knee. Exhale as you go up. Inhale as you come down. Good, good, good. Keep going, keep going. All right, we got less than 10 seconds to go. And then we're flipping over into that Superman, Superwoman in 3, 2, and 1. Flipping over onto our stomachs, arms and legs coming up and down. All right, flipping onto those stomachs, arms and legs come up and down. Tuck that chin in, looking straight down at your mat. Squeeze that butt and that lower back to lift those legs up. And then tighten up those shoulder blades, squeeze those shoulder blades together, and work that upper back to lift those arms up and back down. All right, we're just flying away here, coming up and down. Reach those arms out as far as you can, and then lift those legs up as high as you can, squeezing that butt. Keep those abs nice and tight. Nice, strong core here. Lift it up, and then bring it down. Exhale as you go up. Inhale as you come back down. Good, up and down. Nice. Keep at it here. Keep at it here. Lift those arms up. Lift those legs up. Good. Almost there. Almost there. We're going to flip back over in less than 10 seconds. Flipping back over into our unicycle. Our first one in 3, 2, and 1. All right. Flipping back over. And we're going back to the first one. Left leg in. Right leg out. Left leg in. Right leg out. And just going right elbow to that left knee. Right elbow to that left knee, coming up and down, tightening up those abs. The higher that right leg is, the easier that's going to be. The higher that right leg is, the easier that's going to be going through that motion. The lower it is, the more challenging it's going to be. All right, just getting those shoulders on the ground and then coming up. Shoulders on the ground and then trying to get that right shoulder up off that ground as you get that right elbow up towards that left knee, up and back down. Good. All right, keep going here. Keep going here. All right, exhale as we go up and inhale as we come down. Exhale as we go up. Inhale as we come back down. Good. Tightening up those abs. And we're going to go into our reverse crunch in 3, 2, and 1. Hands under the butt. All right, and those legs come from the left up to the middle, down to the right, and back up to the middle. All right, just alternating one side, then up to the other. Alternating one side, then up to the other. Tighten up those abs. All right, lift those legs up from one side to the middle, over to the other side, back up to the middle. Good. Up and down. Good. Control that motion. Don't whip those legs. Just stay in control, back and forth. All right, stay in control, over to one side, and then up, over onto the other. Good. All right, keep at it here. Keep at it here. Keep moving those legs. Reverse crunching all the way through, right to left, tightening up those abs. Good, nice, almost there. We got 10 more seconds to go. 10 more seconds, and then we're going on to our other side with our unicycle. Left leg out, right leg in, coming up and down in 3, 2, and 1. All right, right leg in, left leg out, and then we're bringing that left elbow up to that right knee. Left elbow up to that right knee, coming up and back down. Good. All right. Exhale as you go up. Inhale as you come down. Just trying to crunch that air out of those lungs. All right. Up and back down. Good. All right. Left elbow up to that right knee. Left elbow up to that right knee. Trying to get that left shoulder up off of that floor. Getting that crunch. Working those abs all the way through. The lower that left leg is, the harder that's going to be. The lower that left leg is, the harder that's going to be. All right, good. Keep at it here. This side's probably a little bit harder after doing the other two already. All right, keep at it. Keep at it. Keep going up and back down. Feeling that burn in those abs. Good. We're going to flip it over in that Superman, Superwoman in 3, 2, and 1. Woo! All right, good. On our stomachs. And up and down, reaching those arms and legs up nice and high, tucking that chin into that chest, looking down straight at the ground, all right, and then just tighten up those abs Keep that core nice and tight, nice and strong. And lifting those arms, lifting those legs. Lifting those arms, lifting those legs. All right, we're just flying away here. Just flying away, coming up as high as we can. Squeeze that butt and those hamstrings and those legs. Lifting those legs up. Trying to keep those legs straight as you lift them up. And just feel yourself using that backside to pull them up in the air. All right, just feeling that backside, pulling those legs up in the air. Good, up and back down. Good, all right, keep going, keep going. Exhale as we go up. Inhale as we go down. Flying all the way through, flying all the way through. Good, almost there, almost there. We're gonna get a break in 3, 2, and 1. Good, all right, nice. Grab some water if you need it. All right, always good to stay hydrated on these warm days, all right? And then our next round, we're doing same rotation, 60 seconds on, doing that running clock. And this time, 4 movements we're gonna do. We're gonna start out on our knees here. We're gonna go hands behind the head. We're gonna bring the butt down towards the heels, and then you're just gonna focus on thrusting those hips forward. The main goal on this one is to squeeze that butt and just come all the way up, pushing those hips all the way forward. So you're just tucking that butt back and then pushing those hips forward. Main goal is just trying to squeeze that butt to get that hip motion, all right? Then we're gonna come down to our hands and knees, left hand behind the head, and we're gonna bring that left elbow down to the right elbow, coming up and rotating that torso all the way through. All right, so we're gonna do that nice little rotation, going left arm down and up. And then we're gonna go into a bird dog. All right, so we're gonna go right arm, left leg, reaching out all the way, come back down to the middle. Left arm, right leg, reach out all the way, coming back down to the middle. All right, then we're gonna go on to the other side with that rotation. So we're just getting the body movement a little bit in a different way, getting the torso engaged and opening up that chest. So we're gonna start out with those hip thrusts, sitting back on our heels, and then pushing those hips forward. All right, in 3, 2, and 1. All right, hands behind the head, keeping those shoulders pulled back, and we're just sitting back into those heels, and then thrust those hips forward as we come to the top. All right, this one's not much of a burn as much throughout the exercise, but we're just training those hips to extend and engaging those glutes to push those hips forward, all right? Those glutes are still a part of our core, and we just wanna move our body in a different way, making sure that we thrust those hips forward and we can engage those muscles as we come up to the top. So you wanna stand up, kneel up, nice and tall as you come up to the top there, keeping those shoulders pulled back. All right, you want to just come up and get as tall as you can as you come up through that motion. All right, down and up. Inhale as we go down, and then exhale as we pop up and squeeze that butt, pushing those hips forward. Good. All right, we're going to go down to our hands and knees next in 3, 2, and 1. Hands and knees. All right, left arm, left hand coming behind the head, and we're going to bring that left arm down and then up to the top. All right, left arm comes down and then all the way up, opening up that chest, opening up that spine. All right, trying to point that elbow up to the ceiling as we come up. Inhale as we go down, and exhale as we come up. As you go down, those shoulder blades come apart, and then as you go up, you squeeze those shoulder blades together as you try to point that elbow up into the air, tightening up those abs, coming up and back down. Good. All right, keep going here. Keeping that core nice and strong, not letting that whole body move around. You're just trying to guide that torso all the way through that rotation. Good. Up and back down. Next up, we're going to go into our bird dogs in 3, 2, and 1. All right, hands and knees, and we're going to reach out, alternating arm and leg. You want to try and extend the arm and the leg as far as you can, to get the arm and the leg each parallel to the ground. Reach out as far as you got, keeping that core nice and tight so you don't wobble that body back and forth. All right, as you extend that leg out, you want to feel yourself squeeze that butt, squeeze the hamstrings. All right, getting that full extension of that leg. All right, we're working on that core, working on that balance. All right, getting all those muscles working. All right, again, this one's not necessarily one you'll feel a burn on, but we're still engaging those muscles in a different way, balancing out, all right? Reach those arms out, reach those legs out, fully extend that body as best as you can. Fully extend all the way out, and then we're gonna go onto the other side with that rotation, coming up in 3, 2, and 1. All right, right hand behind the head, and then we're just going up and down with that right elbow. Up and down with that right elbow, opening up that chest, opening up that spine, all right? Pointing that right elbow up into the air as you go up. Inhale as you come down. Exhale as you go up, rotating that whole torso and engaging that core here, stabilizing as you go up and down, all right? Try not to move the rest of that body. Try to keep those hips square to the ground, all right? Those shoulder blades pull apart as you come down, and then you're getting those shoulder blades squeezing together as you come up to the top. Trying to point that elbow up to the ceiling, up to the air, all right? Up and back down. Good, all right? We got 10 more seconds here, and we're going back to our hip thrust. 10 more seconds, going back to our hip thrust in 3, 2, and 1. All right, back up, right, and hands behind the head, sitting that butt back, and then we're coming up and thrusting those hips forward. All right, sitting back, and then we're gonna come up, thrusting those hips forward, squeeze that butt, coming down and up. Kneel up nice and tall. All right, come up as tall as you can at the top, and just squeeze that butt to push those hips forward. All right, like I said before, not really gonna feel too much of a burn on this one, but we're just engaging those muscles and making sure that we're squeezing that butt to push those hips forward at the top of that motion and keeping those shoulders back so we're not hunching over. We want to be nice and upright as we come up through that motion. Inhale as we go down, exhale as we come up and go through it, all right? Good, nice. This is the foundation for so many other movements that we do, just trying to engage those hips and get them into that forward position at the top. Good, up and back down. Nice, we're gonna go into that rotation next in 3, 2, and 1. Back down onto our hands, and we're gonna go left hand behind that head, coming down, and then up to the top, all right? Down, left elbow down to the right elbow, and then all the way up to the sky, all right? Left elbow down, and then all the way up, trying to point that elbow up into the air. Yeah, you might feel this one opening up those hips a little bit too as you go through that motion. Coming down and back up to the top. Good, all right. Nice, elbow comes down, elbow goes up. Good, keep going here. Keep going here, down, and then up to the top. Nice, all right, almost there, almost there. Keep moving all the way through. Get those shoulder blades separated as you go down, and then focus on trying to squeeze those shoulder blades together as you come up, pointing that elbow up into the air. Good, we're gonna go into our bird dogs in 3, 2, and 1. All right, reaching that arm and leg out as far as you can. Fully extend that body. All right, get a little 1 second hold all the way out of that full extension. Feel yourself squeeze that butt to keep that leg up. Feel yourself keeping those shoulder blades back and together, keeping those abs tight. All right, we're just going back and forth, stay in control here. You don't have to go a million miles a minute. All right, just reaching all the way out. Fully extend that body, getting the arms and the legs parallel to the ground. Get that full reach, fully extend the arm, fully extend the leg, lock them out, and then come back in. All right, lock them out, and then come back in. Keeping those abs tight, opposite arm, opposite leg. Right arm, left leg, left arm, right leg. Out, and then back in. Good, all right, keep at it here. Keep at it here, reach all the way out, and then all the way back in. All the way out, and then all the way back in. Good, all right. And we're gonna go into our other rotation in 3, 2, and 1. All right, right hand behind the head. Then we're coming down to the elbow, and then all the way up. All right, coming down to the elbow, and then that right elbow goes all the way up to the sky. All right, rotating that torso, opening up that chest, opening up those hips a little bit too. Coming up and back down. Good. All right, bringing that right elbow up to that left, up to the air, and then bringing it down to that left elbow. All right, trying to point it up towards the ceiling as you come up to the top. Inhale as we go down, exhale as we come up. Keeping those abs tight here as we rotate through, staying in control, all right? Keeping those core muscles tight as we stay in control throughout this motion. Coming down and back up, good, all right, almost there here, almost there. All right, we're gonna finish this one out. 3, 2, and 1, good, all right, nice. Grab some water, and we got one more circuit to go, all right? And like I promised, this one's gonna be a nice plank round. We got planks and we got bridges, all right? So we're gonna get the front side and get in the back side. So we're gonna be doing a 40-second running clock on this one. I've got 8 different exercises and we're gonna do it 2 times through, all right? So we're gonna start out with a regular plank, forearms on the ground, all right? Just go a regular plank, forearms on the ground, shoulders stay above those elbows. We're not leaning forward, we're not leaning too far back. Then we're gonna flip over, going into a hip bridge, just going up and down, pushing through our heels, getting our butt up nice and high into the air, squeezing that butt, squeezing those hamstrings. All right, then we're gonna flip back over into our plank position, and we're gonna go hip dips going side to side. All right, so in our plank, we're gonna go side to side, dipping those hips back and forth, keeping those dips shallow and quick. So you're not gonna come all the way over to the side. You wanna keep them shallow and just moving back and forth. All right, then we're gonna flip back over, and we're gonna do a pulsing bridge. So we're gonna come up to the top of our bridge, and then we're just gonna pulse those hips, pulse the butt up and down, going up an inch, down an inch, continuing to push through those heels. All right, then we're gonna flip back over into our plank. You're catching the theme here. All right, we're gonna go into our plank position on our hands this time. You can go on your knees or on your feet, and you're just gonna tap your shoulders, going side to side. All right, just tapping the opposite shoulder with the hand. All right, easier is on the knees, harder is on the feet. More challenging is having your feet closer together for that one. All right, then we're gonna come back into our bridge position, and we're gonna do a walking bridge. So we're gonna start out with our butt up, and we're gonna walk those legs out as far as we can go, trying to get that full extension, and then all the way back in until those feet are underneath those knees. So we're just gonna walk it back, walk it forward, all right, back and forth there. Then we're gonna do our last plank is on our forearms. We're gonna go, you can go on your knees or your feet on this one, and we're gonna go up onto the hands, down onto the forearms, up onto the hands, down onto the forearms, all right? So trying to alternate right arm, back down, then left arm, right arm. All right, and then our last one with our hip bridge. We haven't done this one in a while. We're going just straight leg all the way through. So keeping those legs as straight as you can, pushing through the heels, and just trying to get that butt up off the mat, coming up and back down. All right, straight legs, and then just squeeze through that butt and those hamstrings, lifting that butt up off the ground. All right, so we're gonna start out with our standard plank. Starting out with our standard plank, we're doing that 2 times through. Let's finish this one out strong, getting that core engaged. All right, we're gonna start on those forearms in 3, 2, and 1. All right, getting that plank right there. All right, holding that plank out nice and strong here. All right, we got 40 seconds, so we don't have that 60-second round like last time. We're just going 40 seconds straight through. All right, hold those abs nice and tight. Shoulders are over those elbows. Keep that core nice and strong. The wider your stance is here, the easier it's going to be to stabilize. If you need to, you can always go down onto your knees as you go through this motion. All right, we got 10 more seconds. Now we're flipping over into our hip bridge. 10 seconds, flipping over into our hip bridge. All right, 3, 2, and 1. Flipping over, and we're going up and down, pushing through those heels on our backs. All right, up and then back down. Squeeze that butt, get those hips up nice and high. All right, squeeze that butt, get those hips up nice and high, pushing through those heels. All right, toes are in the air, heels are digging into the ground. Then we're just squeezing that butt, getting those hips up as high as we can. Getting those hips up as high as we can, up and back down, pushing all the way through. Keeping those abs nice and tight throughout this motion here. All right, don't get soft on me. All right, and we're gonna flip back over, going into those planks, those hip dips in 3, 2, and 1. All right, flipping back over into our plank position, and then we're going hip dips, going side to side. Again, you can do this on the feet or on the knees. All right, going right to left, shallow and quick. Going right to left, shallow and quick, right and left, side to side. Stay loosen those hips and tighten those abs. All right, stay loosen those hips, tighten those abs, going back and forth. Good. All right, side to side. Nice job. Keep at it. Keep at it. All right, move those hips, working that body. Move those hips, working that body. All right, and then we're going to be flipping back over into our pulsing bridge in 3, 2, and 1. Flipping back over into our bridge, and we're just pulsing at the top. All right, pulsing at the top. Keep that butt up, and just squeeze that butt up and down. Squeeze it at the top, and we're just going up and down, holding that body up in the air, suspending those hips up at the top, squeezing that butt, and just coming up an inch, down an inch, coming up an inch, and down an inch. Good, keep at it here, keep at it here, keep moving. All right, pushing through those heels, feel those hamstrings, those glutes, getting that work in. All right, now we're gonna start feeling a little bit more of a burn on that backside. All right, we're gonna flip over into our planks in 3, 2, and 1. All right, doing our shoulder tap planks. Shoulder tap planks. All right, on the hands this time, and just tapping the opposite shoulder, back and forth. The less you move those hips, the happier I'll be. So try not to shift that weight from side to side. The wider your stance is, the better you're gonna feel stable throughout this movement, all right? So the wider those feet are, the less you're gonna shift that weight from side to side, back and forth here, all right? Tap, and then plant, tap, and then plant that hand back down. We're gonna go into our walking bridges in 3, 2, and 1. Flipping back over, and we're walking those legs in and out. We're walking those feet all the way out as far as we can, all right? And then walking them back in. Walk those feet out as far as we can, and then walk it back in under those knees. Good. Heels stay into the ground. Walk it out as far as you can, and then walk it back in. Try to keep that butt up that whole time. Keep that butt up that whole time, and just control that walk, going an inch at a time with each foot. Control it, coming back and forth. Good. And we're going to flip back over, doing our up-down plank in 3, 2, and 1. All right? Going from the forearms onto the hands. Forearms onto the hands, coming up, and then back down. All right? Again, you can do this one on the feet or the knees. You can do this on the feet or the knees, coming up, up, and then down, down. Try to alternate arms on this one. All right, start with the right arm first, and then the next time, going with the left arm first, left hand. Good. Up, up, and down, down. Keep those abs nice and tight. The closer those feet are together, the harder that's going to be. All right, we're going to finish out with our last hip bridge. Straight legs in 3, 2, and 1. All right, flip them back over. Straight legs this time. Straight legs, pushing through those heels. Butt comes up and back down. All right, butt comes up and back down. All right, squeeze that butt, squeeze those hamstrings. Keep those legs straight and just going up and down with those hips. All right, up and down with those hips. Good. All right, nice. Keep at it here. Keep at it here. Coming up. Squeeze that butt, squeeze those hamstrings, and then back down to the mat. Good. All right. Nice. Almost there. Almost there. We're going to go back to the very beginning with our regular plank in 3, 2, and 1. All right. Flipping back over. Regular plank. Regular plank. We got one round down, one round to go. All right. On our forearms, and plank it out. On our forearms, plank it out. Hold that core nice and tight. All right. Collect your thoughts on this one. Keep that chin tucked into that chest. Staring straight down at the ground. All right, keeping that head in a neutral position. Don't look up. Don't look too far to the side. All right, just staring straight down at the ground between those arms. Good, hold on to that. And then we're going to flip over into our hip bridge coming up next. In 3, 2, and 1. Good, all right, flipping over onto our backs. Standard hip bridge, coming up and down, pushing through those heels, up and back down. All right, push through those heels, squeeze that butt up to the top, and then back down towards the mat. All right, squeeze that butt all the way up to the top, pushing through those heels. All right, keep those toes in the air so we can ensure we isolate those glutes as we push through those heels, coming up and back down. Good. All right, keep that in here. Keep that in here. Almost there. Almost there. We're going to go into our hip dips coming up next. Hip dips coming up next in 3, 2, and 1. All right, back onto our forearms, and then we're just dropping those hips from right to left. Dropping those hips from right to left, side to side. All right, moving that body, moving those hips right to left, back and forth. Good. Tighten those abs and loosen those hips. Tighten those abs and loosen those hips back and forth. Good. All right, moving that body. Let's work those hips. Moving that body, work those hips. Get that salsa music in the background. All right, back and forth. All right, moving and grooving, side to side. Keep them shallow, keep them quick. Keep them shallow, keep them quick. Moving back and forth. Good. All right, we're going to flip over, doing our pulsing hip bridge in 3, 2, and 1. Flipping back over into our pulsing hip bridge. All right, hips come up, and we're just going up and down, staying up at the top. Up and down, staying up at the top. All right, up an inch and down an inch. Up an inch and down an inch. Good. All right, pushing through those heels. Keep those toes up in the air. All right, pushing through those hamstrings, pushing through those glutes. Trying to get that butt up as high as we can and keeping it right there. Keep that butt up as high as we can and keeping it right there. Pushing through those heels. Good. Squeeze that butt up and back down. Good. All right, we're going to flip back over into our shoulder taps in 3, 2, and 1. All right, flipping over, getting our shoulder taps on our hands this time. You can go on your knees or your feet. On your knees or your feet. Wider stance will make yourself more stable. Try not to shift that weight from side to side. You want to keep that weight right dead center and just keep those abs tight so you don't alternate that body weight from right to left. The wider that stance is, the easier it's going to be to handle that weight not going from side to side. All right, back and forth. Good. All right, we're going to go into our walking bridges coming up in 3, 2, and 1. Flipping back over. All right, walking bridges. Up, and then we're going to walk out as far as we can, getting that full extension of the legs as far out as we can walk those feet, and then walking it back in. All right, walk it out and walk it in. Keep those abs tight and just walk those feet out inch by inch, staying on those heels, trying to get that full extension of those legs. All right, out and then all the way back in. Good. All right. Keep that in here. Keep that in here. Walk it out. Walk it in. Then we're going into our up-down planks coming up next. Up-down planks coming up next in 3, 2, and 1. Flipping back over on the forearms, then onto the hands. Onto the forearms, then onto the hands. All right, you can go on your knees or your feet on this one. Going up, up, down, down. Up, up, down, down. All right, and just getting on those hands, getting on those forearms. Getting on the hands, getting on the forearms. Good. Keeping those abs tight. Try not to wiggle that body too much. The wider your stance is, the easier it's going to be to stabilize that body and not wiggle too much. All right. And then we're going to flip back over into that straight leg hip bridge coming up. All right. In 3, 2, and 1. Last one right here. Last one right here. Straight legs. All right. If you want to challenge yourself on this one, you can just keep those hips up and go one leg at a time. All right. If anybody wants to challenge themselves, they can kick one leg up at a time while keeping those hips up off of the floor. All right. Or you just keep those straight legs and then just move those hips up and down, pushing through those heels. All right. Keeping those abs tight and pushing through those hamstrings and those glutes. Getting those hips up off of the mat. Keeping those legs straight. Keeping them locked out. Pushing through those heels. Up and back down. Good. Almost there. Almost there. Let's finish this one out. Up and down. 3, 2, and 1. Good. All right. Nice job. Nice job. All right. Grab some water and let's cool it down. Grab some water. Let's cool it down. We're going to start our cool down today. Do a little hamstring stretch. Stretch those bad boys out since we just used them. We're going to go both legs out straight in front of us and just trying to come down, touch our toes. All right, if you can't get to your toes, just try and wrap your hands around your shins, around your ankles, and pull yourself down closer to those feet. All right, you might feel a stretch in the hamstrings, might feel a stretch more in the back side. All right, some people have tighter spots than others. All right, I feel this one in my hamstrings and a little bit in my lower back. And as I tuck myself down, shoots up a little bit up the upper back there too. All right, just trying to hold on to that position here. Yeah, hold it for a few more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Good. All right, nice. Next, what we're going to do, stretch out the groin on this one. We're going to do a little butterfly stretch. So feet come in to the middle, and you're going to wrap those hands around your feet with your knees by your side. All right, and then you're just trying to pull those shoulders back and keep that torso nice and upright, sitting nice and upright here, and using those hands as a little extra leverage to pull those shoulders back and get that nice upright position. All right, just letting gravity take over, letting those knees fall down by your side. All right, and if you want to challenge yourself a little bit more on this one, you can pull yourself in towards those feet a little bit more. That gets a little bit more of a stretch into the groin there. Good, nice. Hold on to that for a few more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Good. All right. Nice. And we're going to come down onto our backs for the next one. We're going to pull our right knee in towards our chest. Pull that right knee all the way in. Hugging it nice and close. Hug it like you miss it. All right. Stretching out those hips there. Feel a little stretch on the inside of those hips through the groin. All right. Keeping that knee nice and close. And now we're just going to twist that right knee over to the left side. Twist that right knee over to the left side. And stretch out that lower back, stretch out those hips, trying to keep that shoulder, both shoulders on the ground, and just applying a little bit of pressure on the outside of that right knee with that left hand. Good, hold on to that right there. Good, all right, and now we'll come back up to the middle, and now we'll just pull that left knee in, pull that left knee into that chest, hugging it nice and close, hug it like you miss it. All right, getting it nice and close to that chest, getting that nice stretch. Feel that stretch in those hips there. Good, hold on to that right there. Nice, and then we'll come over onto that right side, bringing that left leg up and over that body, and then just bring that left knee all the way over that right side. Try to keep those shoulders on the mat still. Try to keep your shoulders on the ground, and just twisting through that lower back, twisting through the hips. And again, each time you exhale, trying to let that leg sink down a little bit lower to the ground. Pushing down a little bit more with that right hand on the outside of that left knee. And 3, 2, and 1. Good. All right. Nice job today. Got that core workout. Getting it done today. Hopefully